Thank you so much, Sharon, for coming back again. I really appreciate it. I know you guys are all pretty tired. Really grateful you guys coming back in there. Thank you so much. So what I'll do is I'll just share a couple of minutes about maybe some of the really exciting thing we're doing at VC. Also a little bit of history. So we got a lot of questions about, where's this VC came from? What is This American Dog? And so our company we were founded in 2008. So we're pretty grateful we had actually initial investment from In-Q-Tel, which is an investment arm of the US government. And then we also had investment from the former Secretary of Defense, Bill Perry, who served under Bill Clinton. And then later on, we raised a round of investment from Salesforce.com, which we're pretty grateful to them. So Salesforce right now doing a lot of health cloud and all these different things. We actually get a chance to build a lot of telemedicine modules for Salesforce. And then in 2017, so me and Dr. Jeff Nazari, we co-founded This American Dog, along with around 40 co-founder physicians. In fact, a number of them in the audience members. So our premise is actually to create physician talent as a service. And one of the reasons we have so many co-founders is because I'm not a physician. So our whole idea is we get a bunch of physicians to become part of this network. So we can create these for specialty practice, focus on psychiatry, focus on, let's say, oncology, endocrinology, rheumatology in there. So we're really excited about this thing. In fact, we think is with VC and This American Dog under the same platform, now we can actually do a lot of really interesting things together. And one of the reasons we're pretty excited about this is, for example, roughly 15, 20 years ago, people had the idea of cloud computing, where people talk about software as a service. Instead of buying, these, set up servers in your basement, bring these sort of like the software, load on there, which is really, really slow. Typically at that time, if you want to do a software development, it takes about sort of 12 plus months just to get the backend infrastructure in there. Then the people had the idea, instead of buying all these hardware and software, you could just have everything run in the cloud, and you just lease the software in there. And a number of companies like Salesforce.com, a number of things now made it pretty popular in there. And then roughly 8 and 10 years ago, people thought, hey, this software as a service is a pretty exciting thing. But what if we take multiple software as a service, piece them together, and then people had the concept of platform as a service. So people even argue, for example, a company like Uber or Lyft, so if they didn't have that, it's very difficult for them to create that. For example, if you think about Uber or Lyft, you take a lot of the off-the-shelf pieces, software pieces, you glue them together, and you could create these really interesting, exciting things. Again, that allow you to create these really interesting companies very fast. Then what we get excited about concept now is about talent as a service. So the idea, instead of hiring physicians for your hospital or all these places where lacking access, you could just subscribe to This American Dog. Again, you get physician talent as a service. So we're really excited about this. And our grand vision for This American Dog, or TAD, is to draw maybe a silly analogy, is to create the world's largest fire station. So what I mean by this is draw a silly analogy. So today, a patient gets sick. They go to see their doctor. It's like they're pull the fire alarm. But often they don't have access to the specialist for that particular disease. By the time you get the appointment, a couple of weeks later, it's almost like someone pulled the fire alarm. The entire building is burned down already. Then the fire truck sort of shows up. Well, you've done a lot of damage already in this. So our concept is with this physician talent as a service, then as soon as fire alarm you get pulled, you go to your PCP, your primary, the first initial. If they could take care of it, great. But if they don't have the expertise, then you can by telemedicine bring in these class of expert into the patient setting, and this will allow you to create this sort of massive impact. Again, so we're pretty excited about this. So today the way is our conference will get to the lunchtime. So at lunchtime, we'll officially wrap up the conference, but for people who is interested, we're going to have a VC user group meeting. So guys, so just pretty casual, just bring your lunch, sit down in there. So this is where we want to hear your feedback about specifically all the things you don't like about VC. Like, again, we take critique pretty well against it, just tells everything you don't like. So this will allow us to make sure we do our roadmap plan correctly. Then right after that, so we're gonna have a This Smart Conduct investor meeting in there. So again, it's open to, you don't need to be an investor, open to everyone, but we do limit that to actual physicians in there because there's some confidential stuff we can discuss. I'll say if you're a physician, if you're interested in exploring more, please stay for that section.